Yeah, we're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up this week, the favourites ace the last Guinness prep races at Jamaica's Caymanas Park, the colt, interesting times ahead in the Kingston feature, and Run Julie Run in the Portmore. In Barbados, the 7-year-old Brenner Pass captures Saturday's George Corbin Memorial feature for champion trainer Andrew Busha Nunes, a double stakes triumph for Barbadian top jockey Patrick Husbands at Canada's Woodbine, and a really thrilling Kentucky Derby Saturday with an unprecedented 2 Caribbean trainers having entries. One of them, Barbadian Saffie Joseph Jnr, posting a stakes win in New York that same afternoon. Plus the usual check-in on Caribbean success on the North American continent. Our opening story from Jamaica. The last of the Guinness prep races at Caymanas Park this past weekend, including this Kingston 7.5 furlong run for colts and geldings on Sunday with a $3 million Jamaican dollar purse. 9 runners entered. The favourite, the 2023 champion 2-year-old, Interesting Times Ahead, coming off last month's Prince Consort Stakes win. His jockey Tevin Foster thinks he's the best 3-year-old in the country. Most popular starters at the betting windows for the Kingston: number 4 Matuso at 8-1, Interesting Times Ahead in the 5 box, the 1-5 favourite, Fair Support 2 for Anthony Nunes' entries, Crown Chaser, number 7, the 5-2 second favourite, and 9 Captain Sparrow at 5-1. The favourite, Interesting Times Ahead, was out of the gate smartly, and after dictating the pace down the backstretch, he left the field behind at the half mile, watched in the comp box by Bran Rickman.
Interesting Times Ahead now goes clear and opens up some 3 lengths in a flash. Unruly Dawn, unable to cope, has backed out quickly as the leader Interesting Times Ahead continues to stretch the lead, maybe 6 or 7 lengths now. Unruly Dawn is there. Provident going in chase with Crown Chaser. Paperwork in between horses. Matuso on the rail. Captain Sparrow and Allegiance are next. And at the back, Hopeless at the moment. That's Playfair, but they're into the lane. And they leave the quarter pole behind, and it's Interesting Times Ahead beginning to open up the gap. Captain Sparrow is showing stamina and running on down against the rail. Toward the outside, that's Crown Chaser. Provident in between horses, but it's Interesting Times Ahead, leaving the furlong pole with a clear lead. Captain Sparrow is asked to fly, but here is Interesting Times Ahead coming away. Captain Sparrow making late progress, but guess what? It's too late. Interesting Times Ahead wins by maybe 5 over Captain Sparrow.
4 wins in a row now for this colt by Bold Conquest. Out of the heels, the Real Thing mare, My Friend Lucy, confidently ridden pretty much gate to wire by leading jockey Tevin Foster, and winning trainer Jason DaCosta was very pleased with the run, though conceding that Foster's front-running strategy was not really the race plan.
I didn't expect that at all, but it worked out well. Tevin is an excellent rider, so I had faith in him, and if he made that decision, it was the right one, so it worked out well.
Comfortable, well relaxed, I didn't have any challenges. I never really have to ask him up until the top of the straight.
Liz DaCosta's Interesting Times Ahead, dominant in this Kingston victory by 4 1/4 lengths as the 1-5 favourite, chased by trainer Anthony Nunes' entries, Captain Sparrow and Crown Chaser, for a winning time of 1:33 1/5. Every Kingston winner, Miniature Man, Blue Vinyl and Mojito, has gone on to win the 2000 Guinness for colts and geldings, and Interesting Times Ahead looks ready for that early June classic. The fillies had their Guinness prep on Saturday in the Portmore, and what a performance it was from the Ian Passard-trained Run Julie Run. That's exactly what she did, darting from the 11 box to the front, out of the starting gates, and was never threatened.
And it's Run Julie Run, the leader by some 2.5 lengths. Fast and Furious links the closest pursuer. They leave the 3. Crypto Girl is racing next. Come Home to Me now wound up and beginning to make ground. Banadura has faded back and has a mountain to climb. Then comes Shani Star and Oh So Smart along with Blue Sensation, but it's the grey filly. Run Julie Run at the top of the lane, a 1/4 mile to catch her in the Portmore. Fast and Furious links is left 5 lengths back and found waltzing at the moment as Run Julie Run responds to a quick change of hold inside the final furlong. It's Run Julie Run, and she sure is running in the Portmore inside the final 16th. It is Run Julie Run, and action-packed Ray and Lewis. They win the Portmore by maybe double digit.
By far, her most impressive performance, first time being ridden by champion jockey Ryan Lewis. Karen Passard and Henry Pratt's Run Julie Run gets her second career win, has never been off the board, but snapping a 5-race winless run here by successful native out of the left banker mare Runaway Julie, full of authority in victory for trainer Ian Passard. Co-owner Pratt, satisfied with the filly's effort, hoping she will also do what the 2021 Portmore winner He also co-owned She's a Wonder did, going on to win the 1,000 Guineas after a big Portmore victory.
The race was pretty much run the same way as well, you know. The jockey went straight from the gate. It's the same connection, same jockey, same owner, same trainer, same groom. So I'm hoping that, she'll emulate She's a Wonder on Guineas Day.
A smashing 10.5 length win for Run Julie Run in 1:33 2/5, slightly slower than the cold Intrestntimesahead went in the Kingston, but the fastest Portmore win outside Atomica's 1:32 3/5 clocking 2 years ago. Run Julie Run, now an obvious heavy favourite for the Phyllis Guineas on the 1st of June. The Caymanas Park weekend also featured the $2 million Reggae Trophy and a 3-length win for the favourite Is That a Fact, with Carlos Blake riding, chased by the 5-2 shot Bootylicious. One of 5 weekend wins for trainer Jason DaCosta, who also had a win at Thistledown in the USA on Wednesday. The 1-2 favourite Is That a Fact, clocking 59 2/5 for a 3rd win in his last 4 starts for champion owner Carlton Watson and champion trainer DaCosta, who lands back-to-back Reggae Trophy races following his score last year with She's My Destiny. An exciting weekend of Jamaican racing that included an 800th career win for the outstanding trainer Gary Sobrati. That 800 including 9 classics with 2 Derby victories. And you may remember that he also won the Trinidad and Tobago Derby back in 2013 with Big Man in Town. Let's head over now to Barbados, where the main event this Saturday at the Garrison Savannah was a George Corbin Memorial Trophy race. 7 runners faced the starter, trainer Jean-Marc Cozier's reigning Sandlane Spa Sprint champion Zaid the favourite, but he was off the pace here as the 13-1 outsider Fantastic Francis led in splits of 24 by 48-3.
As they head up the hill, and Khadija Arthur and Fantastic Francis have gone on by about 4 or 5 lengths. In second position is Brenner Pass. Thorpe has her in sight and he's running at her. In third position is Master Rooster. Jimmy is trying desperately to get on terms. Also trying to get on terms is Zaid as they pass the mile marker. And Brenner Pass sweeps on by and goes on with a furlong and a half to go. It's Brenner Pass in front. On the outside, trying desperately is Zaid. Inside the final furlong they come. And it is Brenner Pass. On the outside, here comes Zaid. Brenner Pass. Zaid is trying, but will not get back there. It is all over. Bar the shouting. Brenner Pass wins it.
Neil Gill on commentary, relishing the handicap advantage with just 109 pounds in his back, including apprentice Raheem Thorpe. The 7-year-old Brenner Pass ends an 11-race winless run, getting his first victory in almost 3 years. His last win, July 2021. One of 3 wins on the afternoon for owner Sir David Seal. Champion trainer Andrew Nunes' Brenner Pass wins by a length and 3/4 as a 4-1 bet, topping the 9-5 favourite Zaid, with Gold Cup 5th place finisher So Suave 3rd. 105 flat the winning time for the 5.5 furlong George Corbin Memorial Sprint. Now we're only a couple of weeks into the new season at Canada's Woodbine, and already the Barbadian super jock Patrick Husbands has a colony leading 3 stakes wins, 2 of them coming this past weekend. In Saturday's $135,000 whimsical stakes, Husbands, with one of his trademark come-from-behind finishes after racing in 8th spot down the backstretch, guiding the 3-1 shot Play the Music to a 4-length victory. No rider in Woodbine history has more whimsical stakes wins than Husbands, a record equaling 6th this for Husbands, scoring by 4 lengths, stopping the clock at 1:10.59 for 6 furlongs for champion trainer Mark Cassie. 24 hours later in Sunday's $100,000 Thorncliffe Stakes, Husbands again linking up with Cassie, coming through in the dark silks here for a sweet win aboard the 6-year-old gelding Candy Overload.
Flag of Honour the outside. Candy Overload races to the front with Flag of Honour, and Flag of Honour has gone up and hit the front from Candy Overload. Then neck and neck. Candy Overload kind of kicking, and that might be enough, and it is. Patrick Husbands, another stakes win.
My horse worked sharp. I just sit behind his speed and split horse at top lane, and he get the job done like the pro.
No stopping Husbands, who turns 51 years old later this month, getting the 5-2 bet Candy Overload home by a half length over the 2-1 favourite Flag of Honour, 103.54, the winning time for the 5.5 furlong Thorncliffe. Barbadian trainer Saffie Joseph Jr.'s biggest assignment this past weekend was, of course, Saturday's Kentucky Derby. but he also had a crack that same afternoon at the Ruffian Stakes in New York.
Saffie not expected to win this $200,000 event at Belmont at the Big A. His horse, Soul of an Angel, the longest shot in the 6-horse field. But here he is with Trevor McCarthy aboard in the Blue Silks, off the final bend, going in chase of the favorite Randomized.
Randomized now kicks for home, and she is exuding her class right now. But here comes Soul of an Angel, who's ready to pounce, and the 24-1 shot is about to surprise Randomized towards the outside. Randomized has got to dig deep, and Soul of an Angel at 24-1 has run right on by. Soul of an Angel, Trevor McCarthy, big long shot, wins the Ruffian easily.
Soul of an Angel, the 24-1 upset winner in the Ruffian Stakes, defeating the 1-2 favorite Randomized by a widening 4 3/4 lengths, clocking 135.40 for the 1 mile trip. 9 stakes wins already this year for Saffie Joseph. The Barbadian also had 5 weekend wins at Gulfstream Park in Florida, where he is champion and leading trainer. Joseph is currently number 8 on the trainers list in all of North America, with horses earnings of over $4.5 million US.
Finally now to the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs, one of the tightest finishes in the history of the Run for the Roses. Caribbean trainers Saffie Joseph Jnr. Barbados and the Bahamian Larry Demerit both having entries in the 20-horse field, but neither in the hunt at the finish.
With the big favorite, Fierceness, fading in the home stretch. 18-1 shot. Mystic Dan led in deep stretch, but closing fast from behind. Sierra Leone on the outside. Forever Young in the middle. At the finish for his first ever Derby win, jockey Brian Hernandez Jr. with Mystic Dan on the rail. Edges it by a nose. First Derby win as well for trainer Kenny McPeak in the upset win for Mystic Dan over the second favourite Sierra Leone. Forever Young only a further nose behind in third. 2:03.34 the winning time for the 10 furlong Kentucky Derby. First time ever 2 Caricom trainers in the Kentucky Derby. Bahamian Larry Demerit's entry, West Saratoga 12th, and Barbadian Saffie Joseph's Catholic 19th.
What a thriller in the Kentucky Derby, and upsets too at the start of the English Classic season at Newmarket, where Notable Speech won the 2,000 guineas at 16-1 and El Malka the 1,000 guineas at 28-1. Both of those races shown live on SportsMax Saturday and Sunday. Our weekly tally of wins now for Caribbean racing men in the USA and Canada. Before we go, in the past week since our last show, I've counted 37 victories. Among them, the Jamaican jockey Ramiro Ramsey Mirage, who had 2 fairly rich wins at Belmont at the Big A. The Barbadian jockey Rocco Boyne had a Wednesday double at Thistledown. And there were double successes at Canadian racetracks for Jamaican jockeys Dane Nelson and Orlando Foster, and the Trin Begonian rider Ridge Balgobin. We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.